Hi, welcome friends. I'm Leigh Koechner. Today is day 7 of Fig and Gig, Find Your Gift, Give Your Gift, 33 days to a more joyful life. Woohoo! If you would join me today, we're going to take 3 breaths to get grounded. Today in yoga, they had us do this breathing where you take your thumb to your third eye and you breathe in. And when you exhale, you bring it down to your heart. So I would like us to do that together today, but instead of thinking of your third eye, think of your mind. So we are going to move today from our mind, our ego, our spinning brain, down to our heart, or where our soul resides, and our true self. So join me, if you would, please, with your hands up at your mind, and take a breath in through your nose. As you exhale, bring it down to your heart. Do it together again, up in through your nose. And bring it down to your true self, to your heart. One more time, in through your nose. And down to your heart. And as you open your eyes, just see where your hands are. And know that that is where your true self resides, where all of your wisdom, your knowledge, your answers, your calmness, the whispers of your soul resides. So the more time that we can spend down here and not here, the more joyful life we're going to have. All right. Today's topic on day 7 is I am fearless. Say it with me. I am fearless. And even if you really don't think I'm really not fearless, I'm kind of timid and self-conscious, today we're going to allow ourselves to be fearless, to put the stories and the stuff and the noise away, and to be fearless and to show up for our lives. Congratulations on completing week 1. Today is day 7, and during this time we have looked at our childhood, looked at our life today. We've set intentions. We have deepened in gratitude. And we're getting clearer every day about who we really are. So congratulations, you guys. You made it through the first week. Woo-hoo! As our awareness has expanded and we've opened to the knowing that we are divine bright lights temporarily having a human experience, and because of all of this stuff wrapped together, we are now closer to living our purpose. So congratulations. It's so exciting that we can change our life every day, one choice at a time. Okay, so today we will begin to release our fears so we can show up all in with life and experience our most powerful self, our most powerful life. I encourage you today to move from your head to your heart, to connect to your true self and realize that all things are possible if you allow them to be. They are all there ready for our taking if we allow ourselves to take it. Now this is one of my life mottos. I live with compassion and balls. That is my truth. I know who I am and I like it. I also know that that attitude is one of my gifts. Doing what I want, how I want, without curbing myself to fit what others may say, think, or do. Now this pisses some people off, the people who are used to bullying, shaming, or controlling others. I'm not a good fit for them. It is not possible with me. I love this quote from Anthony Hopkins. My philosophy is, it's none of my business what people say of me and think of me. I am what I am and I do what I do. I expect nothing and I accept everything. It makes life so much easier. I love that so much. It's none of his business what people say or think of him. And I love it too that he said, I expect nothing. So he lives his life without hoping that he will get a result, without hoping other people will approve, without hoping. He just lives his life. He lets go of the expectations. That's called surrender. That's called freedom. And then another thing that I love is he said that he accepts everything. When we accept the present moment, whether we like it or not, it doesn't mean you like it, but you accept it. Wow, I got a flat tire, huh? What are some steps that I can do to fix this situation? Call AAA, call my husband, change it myself if you're empowered that way. I'm not. I choose not to be empowered that way. Anyway, When we can be at peace with what is and not attach emotion or judgment to it, we can live a more peaceful, beautiful life. All right, that was a little sidebar. This way of being, kind of compassion and bowls, might come more naturally for me than you, because I was raised a middle of 6 kids, and my dad praised me when I was rambunctious and wild. He once said to me, "You have more bowls than anyone I have ever met." He said it with a gleam in his eye, looking directly into my eye. It was actually one of the sweetest moments we had. It stuck with me and became an honor to be this way because my daddy saw it and it made him proud. So living with balls is something that I owned the moment that he saw it, reflected it back, how proud he was, and I haven't left it, and I live that way. And there's such a freedom that comes along with it. So much stuff. When people say shitty things to me, or a family member says, "You shouldn't do that," or "You're doing it wrong," or "You're pathetic," I just realize that has nothing to do with me. That when someone's judging, they're hurting. And I let them have that. I send them love, and I move forward knowing I am who I am and I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. Our ego, or unhappy loop, tries to make us feel self-conscious, like we don't really know what we are doing, or we're not good enough, or because we had a rough childhood, we're not worthy to do anything as an adult. Nonsense! We were born with, my dog says nonsense. We were born with and still have everything we need for our entire life inside of us. You are enough just because you were born. You are enough. You are supposed to be on this planet exactly the way you are, where you are on your path of learning, just because you were born. You are enough. Hear that. Today, I encourage you to be bold. Say what you feel. Do what you want. Sing out loud in the grocery store. I've done that before. I shot a video where I did Glee. Remember that show? I did it in the grocery store and shot it. I'll share it with you guys. Dance while you wait for your number to be called. Sing a duet with the barista. Ask for what you want. It's time to cut the shit. It's time to show up and claim your life, yourself. One of the most powerful things I have read since I've been on this planet was said by Marianne Williamson. And I'll post it for you guys here. But every time I read it, something different grabs me and excites me, and I always get chills from it. So I know it's magical if I'm getting chills. Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? You are a child of God. You playing small does not serve the world. There is nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people won't feel insecure around you. We are all meant to shine, as children do. We were born to make manifest the glory of God that is within each and every one of us. It's not just in some of us, it's in everyone. And as we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others. Let's liberate ourselves. Let's liberate others. I'll have to tell you, people often say to me, and this sounds silly to say it, but this confirms what she's saying. I live liberated. Even though I'm human and I screw up and I say things I shouldn't, and I go through all the stuff that we do to learn from and to keep growing from. I am liberated. I do know who I am, and I do experience freedom. And so often I hear people say, my good friends, I was in a situation with a teacher and she was really kind of coming down on me and this and that. And I thought, what would Leigh do? What would Leigh do? And I stood up and I said, well, this is what I want. This is what I think. And she goes, the teacher didn't do what I want, but I felt so good because I spoke up for myself. So if I do one thing for you in this 33 days, it is that. Speak up for yourself. Know that your point of view matters. Know that you are worthy. Know that you have something important that needs to be heard. Let us hear it. Enough is enough, I put. We are adults. Let's act like it. We are living behind stories that are not real. We are paralyzed by fears that only exist in our head. And when you push through that fear, it is gone forever. Or if it comes back, it will never be as brilliant or as brave or as ballsy as it was when it first showed up and you pushed through it. The paralyzing part of us is gone because you have proved it wrong. So often we live under a thought that we created when we were 7 years old, that we weren't good enough, we're unworthy, we suck, our parents don't like us, and we've lived under that thought bubble our entire life as adults, under a child thought. So it's time to push the child thought away, let ourselves be our magnificent selves. Eleanor Roosevelt said, "You gain strength, courage, and confidence by every experience which you stop to look fear in the face." I love Eleanor Roosevelt. I want to know more about her. I have to tell you, the first time I ever led a workshop, I went down to Irvine to the Center for Living Peace. I was going to lead my first workshop. My ego was so freaked out. My mind got so crazy that, wait, you're going to step up in a new way? We got to paralyze her. The thoughts that were coming through my brain saying, who the hell do you think you are? Who do you think you are to talk to anyone about anything? You're nothing. You're a loser. All of these things came into my head so strong I couldn't catch my breath. And then I looked and it was time to go. And I walked through gasping for air in front of the group and started speaking and found my breath. And as I stepped forward in my knowing and my wisdom and my powerful, true self, I watched that dissolve. I watched those things dissolve literally in front of me, shrink and melt away, knowing I never have to experience them again, because I really stopped to look fear in the face. And then I moved forward anyway. Oh gosh, you guys, it is liberating. If you are a quiet person, if you hold your stuff in, if you kind of let other people say and you think about your opinions, but you don't put them out, I encourage you to put them out. Let your voice be heard. Your soul, your true self will be elated and grow, and you'll go more from here to here. You'll have more access to this when you realize this is a spinning loop of bullshit that controls us until we have awareness to say, no, thank you right now. I'm going to go here and live from this place. Let's be bold. Let's dissolve the lies that paralyze us from being our greatest self. And here's my quote for today. I live my life with compassion and balls, and boy, does it feel good. The limiting thoughts do not feel good. The paralyzing things that we tell ourselves do not feel good. Not only do they not feel good, they're not real. They're not real. They only exist in your brain. And really, you guys, enough is enough. Today is tough love. Enough is enough of your childhood bullshit stories. Not that they were bullshit and they didn't hurt now, but to live under them as an adult is bullshit. Okay? It's time to restructure them, reframe them, own them, be empowered by them. I just bought this shirt today. Trust your soul. Trust your soul. That's where the good stuff is. Okay, I live my life with compassion and balls, and boy, does it feel good. Dear God, thank you for that moment that I saw my father, and I received so clearly how important it was that I continued living with balls. And God, I just put love and light out to everyone who's watching today, that they can shrink the stories and crush them, or at least move them aside today in such a powerful way that they can step boldly and be seen and be heard, because they are worthy of that. I'm grateful for every lesson that I'm learning and these beautiful people watching. Amen. Amen. All right, guys. Little tough. Oh, amen. Amen. Thank you so much for joining me. I will see you tomorrow on day 8, week number 2. Or this is already week number 2. I'll see you again in week number 2.